Hey, what's going on, guys? Alex here. Today we're going to show you how to do an FG knot. Now, quick, I guess, overview of why would you need to do a FG knot. Primary reason to use a FG knot is if you're going with super heavy leader size line, and I'm talking about 40 plus, and you're going to be using it on some outfits that have smaller guides, or you just want that transition to be a lot smoother going through the guides. Now, you can also use it on lighter lines, and the main purpose of this is going to be, once again, so you don't feel that knot going through your guides. It is on a difficult scale, pretty much a little bit harder to do. It's just memorizing the steps that we're going to go over with you guys. Mainly the wrapping, how to lock it in. But it's a great knot. It's probably one of the knots that I would say one of the slimmest, like it's super slim. So it'll go through most of your guides, if not all of them out there in the market. And two, it's pretty strong. The way it works physically is like a Chinese finger trap. The more you pull against it, the more it gets, it will just get tighter, I guess, with that. So let's get to it and let's start this process, and we'll show you how to tie it. All right, guys, so the first thing you want to do is you want to create a little bit of tension on your line. So if you have the line already tied to your reel and whatnot, just put a little bit of tension, run it through the guide, have someone hold it. Once you have a little bit of tension like that, you're going to grab your leader material. And the biggest thing most people get confused on is when you're wrapping this. So we're going to wrap this leader material onto the braid, and it's pretty much just a figure 8 shape. So keep track of it. Now, the most asked question is, how many times do you wrap? Personally, I don't really count them. I go by the actual physical, length of the knot. Typically, with heavier line, talking about 50 plus, I'll keep it shorter to about, half an inch. And if I'm going with some lighter line, like let's say for our rockfish outfits here, I'll be about an inch long or so. And that's talking about, your braid line being 10, 15, 20 pound to, 20, 30, 25, 30, 40 pound leader material. So let's get started. Set your line right next to it right here. Left side. Go down. Over top, down again. And then and as you can see, it's pretty much creating those wraps. So once again, we're going here on an actual average length here, about a half inch, 3/4 of an inch. So if you want an actual count, I'll probably say 32 to 40 wraps or so. So for this will be good enough here. Now, as you can see, we have both our line, our leader material, main line, and we have a tag end of the braid. So now what we're going to do is pinch it. So pinch it down like that. One thing you want to do is grab your tag end, and this is the way I'd like to lock this down. You're going to grab your braided line here and go overhand over both the lines coming out this way. Now you're going to pull. Make sure you pull tight, pull down. Make sure you go over both of those lines. Now your second knot is going to be the opposite. So we're going to be coming out to the back side here on your overhand over both of those lines. Make sure you pull tight. Give it a little pull. Make sure it's nice and tight there. Now you're going to come up to your leader tag in, and kind of two options. One thing I like to do is, with the lighter line, I'll just cut the closest possible to it. With heavy lines, if I'm doing offshore fishing, etc., some heavy duty stuff, I'll leave a little bit of tag in, and then I'll burn it down and create a little mushroom anchor there. Now with this, this is one of the most critical points here. You're going to do another overhand over the tip of the knot here. So what you're gonna do is, last time we started going this way, now we're gonna start going out that way. So the opposite. So go over top here, and then this is one of those things you really want to take a look at here. And look at what I'm doing here. I'm gonna push it above the knot, not over top of it. It has to be right on the knot, over top of the knot, and then pull tight. Now the other one is gonna come out this way, and same thing. You want to go below here. So once you pull that, pull both tag ends here in this. Just make sure it's nice and tight. Make sure you pull this. It's nice and tight there. And then just cut your tag in. As close as possible. And that's how you're gonna have an FG knot right there.